Hey, this is Charles, Project Charles, coming here, um, trying to give a brief description. Basically, to sequester 200 billion tons of seaweed, as an example, you could do other things like crap, and landfill waste, and you know, trees. There's other sea plants that grow four times as much or sequester CO2 four times as much as seaweed. But in any case, you got the stuff and you put it down on ice. You know, make several layers. You put it down on ice, and then you spray water over it during the 4 months of night. And after you spray enough water over it that turns the ice, more ice is going to melt in the next year. You'll then have created a layer. And then the next year, you do it again. And if you keep doing this, it becomes permafrost. So you'll have sequestered 200 billion tons of CO2 and fiber, crap, landfill waste, whatever. And then you'll layer ice over it, and you keep doing that year after year, and we get rid of the problem. We control the CO2 content in the atmosphere, bring it down to 325 parts per million, or 300. And after that, everything should be fine and dandy. Now, when I say we have 48 square kilometers available and we need 35 million square kilometers to grow enough seaweed to sequester 200 billion tons, there's been some plans, some different things said. So basically, over here, it's how it's 48 million square kilometers. And that study was only constrained by nutrients and temperature and did not consider sustainability thresholds, potential negative effects, or other limiting factors such as irradiance, grazing, competition, and currents. Yeah, there are potential negative effects. It will alter some life. Without it, the ocean is acidifying and that life's going to die. So I wouldn't really say it's going to alter or kill some. It's going to stop a lot from dying. Yeah, some will die anyhow, but that's life. If we want to stop global warming, this is what we should do. And then they say they had to consider other limiting factors such as irradiation, grazing, competition, and currents. And then, but the people didn't do that. But they lowered the estimate of hypothetical global seaweed farming to a total area of 6.5 million square kilometers by considering water depth, distance from ports, sea ice extents, wave energy, natural algae distribution, and avoiding marine protected areas and shipping traffic. I could see there'd be a problem with sea ice. But yeah, it's going to change the natural things in the ocean a little bit. It's going to get rid of the acidification problem, which is the big killer. And if you're able to control the temperature of the earth also, then you won't have those 90% losses of the Florida Reef that is really disturbing and happening all around the world. As far as shipping goes, there's ways to get around that. Water depth, there's ways to get around that. Distance from port, it'll cost more. Sea ice extent, no way to get around that. Wave energy, that's not going to disrupt it too much unless you're considering, if there's a storm with 100-foot waves, then it might disrupt the plants. Native algae, just algal distribution. Um, take that stuff too. Avoiding marine, but bull kelp is really nice. Another kelp that grows up, you know, way high. That's the stuff you want. Um, and um, the people growing their own seaweed for their own thing, whatever. Anyhow, this is just an example of how to get 200 billion tons of material. And there's other ways you can get material, but really that's the best way. Um, I am working on a third solution that wouldn't require any seaweed to get 1 trillion tons of CO2 out, but you'll just have to wait for that. Um, it's just crazy that they went down from 48 million to 6.5 million square kilometers, but in reality, you're not limited to 6.5 million square kilometers. They just downplayed it because they were bitched at by other scientists, I presume, that are into their own solutions. I personally got attacked by a guy that was advocating for Portland cement, which when you look at their method of gauging that they could get 3 billion tons of CO2 out of the atmosphere, and then you look at the research done on sequestering CO2 into cement and how the stuff in the lab that shows that you can get 3 billion tons requires 100% CO2. That was done in the lab. Now, they could have gone with 0.03% CO2 concentration in the lab to show real world, real world conditions, but they didn't. They had the lab, they had the setup, but they didn't do it. Why didn't they do it? Because they wanted to use the 3 billion tons per year and not have any reference at all to any study that was done with real world conditions. Very disgusted in Portland Cement. They've never gotten back to me. I don't think they ever will. They have a science number for their scientists, but they just don't answer. I guess trying to ignore the problem and having it go away is a lot more fun or something. I don't know. Okay, a couple more things here. Wish I could pause this. I'll have to do a more in-depth one, but there's different things in here that talk about how the estimates that people provide, limiting factors, and talking crap. Like, why I'm really concerned about this is a statement put out by companies hoping to grow carbon sucking kelp may be rushing ahead of the science. This is done September 19th, 2021. And just go into this stuff about how, how it's a total joke sequestering seaweed, and they don't really go over their figures about how much, how many kilometers are available, how many square kilometers of ocean space are available to grow seaweed, and they put up these things, and it's just not very scientifically done. And this was done by a technology review, and it just really sucks. Let's see. Then another study's coming out saying that studies have 20, 24% or 25% less effectiveness, or um, and they just really don't go into details on it. And I could see why, if they're going to sit there and name a study that I quoted as being bad because of reasons that are, pretty much junk. Bringing a study down from 48 million square kilometers to only having 6.5 million square kilometers available for planting seaweed. And I say, no, they're wrong. Um, but anyhow, that's the links with that. I'm sure there'll be more science around it. Um, and who knows? I'm still waiting for St. Vincent de Paul to call me and give me like 20 grand a month, 10 people to help out, 20, 40 acres to work on, and I'll fix the problem. No idea that they didn't have any integrity. Really sucks. I need to find some organization that can sit there and help and not just say they're going to help and do absolutely nothing. My mom was on the board. Uh, I had talked to a person, about my first solution with a PhD in physics and engineering with two of his assistants. One would think that you'd, if somebody offered to help, then, you know, who the fuck else am I going to go to besides my mom that's on board of $1 billion environmental, aid organization that's supposed to be good, made up of good people that are interested in helping out with the world and preventing billions of people from dying. So I just need help because they don't really give a shit at all. Um, Sick of them. Anyhow, I just wanted to quickly show off that I'm number one rated on the T14 for uh, this year, 2025. And yes, I will enjoy my time playing World of Tanks if nobody is going to help and everybody's just going to lie to me and treat me like crap. Cannot believe my family either. Total jokes, pieces of crap. You know, I don't understand them. Never will. And I'm glad I no longer have to talk to him as ordered by a board member of St. Vincent de Paul, who I helped for 5, 10 years. Was I bitching about not getting paid for them as I helped my mom go around and check out the stores and do things and order me to come up with things to help out? I'll get into that later. Just sick of it. Just sick of it. Um, but yeah, I'm dealing with a lot of people that just don't care. They don't listen to science. They make their own crap up. Um, they believe other scientists, even if they're working on another solution and they want their solution to be fully funded, and they don't understand the other solutions, and therefore they just think that they're stealing from the government because why not? You know, None of the other solutions they know are going to work, so why not steal? Why not cause the deaths of millions of people and quintillions of animals? They don't know. Um, would I hold them accountable and throw them in jail if I could? Hell yeah. Um, Hope to get connected with Trump. Come on, Trump. Your buddies can make trillions of dollars connecting with me. Um, you know, Double, quadruple, 10 times their money. Who knows? But yeah, trillions of dollars are going to come, trillions of dollars are going to go. The rich are going to make the money. The poor aren't going to make the money. Poor people probably will starve to death by 1 billion people at least. Um, but I tried. I tried. But the people that are environmentalists and around the world, they don't give a crap. Because I'm working on geoengineering, and they don't give a crap. They make all these statements against geoengineers. They really don't apply to me. I'm not rich. No, I just want some decent medical and dental. Oh, I'm starting to bitch again. This is supposed to be a quick one. Oh well, this is what you get. You have a good one. Talk to you later.